G'day, welcome to the MacPack.
We're back.
My name's Jamie Kenner, and to my left this week in Order the Man on the panel most likely to be quoted in the news is my little brother Jay. How are you, boy?
Yes, we were all in the news that my quote was up in lights.
And to my right, coming in at 6'1" as he does each and every week, is the baby brother of the pack. Who we call Junior Boy. Junior Boy, how are you, mate?
That's right, boys. Trump's assassinator got spotted by his barrel, so we had to fill the news spot. That's right.
There you go. Need a barrel? We got a couple. We were in the news. We're going to be chatting about that off the top, Joe, with a big quotation.
Yes,
That's huge.
Everyone's talking about it.
Literally.
We're also discussing the AFL Grand Final. It is Grand Final weekend tomorrow. So we'll rip into that. We're also playing Jake Tries.
Yummy, yummy, yum.
Dusting off some Jake Tries segments,
Oh.
despite having some brand new food. Plus, we're checking in on Matt LeBlanc, and Riley has a chemist here. All right, it's a massive bet. Let's get into it. Boys,
Brother
Mingos.
how are we? Are we all well?
Fantastic. Big Brownlow night was last night. And
Brownlow
let's
night.
talk about the news. I don't know why I brought up the Brownlow.
Neither do I.
Keen to chat about it.
It wasn't a great count. was
3
it?
votes.
Yeah.
Jerry
Very,
McKenna.
very rarely do you set a record and then like have that just smashed out of the water.
Yes.
For those playing along, like Nick had he had a Brownlow, his historic Brownlow run.
And he's a loser.
He officially got more votes than anyone had ever gotten.
Ever.
And then Paddy Cripps decided to get 8 more than him.
Yeah.
7.
Insane. So that's been taken over the headlines lately. But before that,
Wowee.
we were in the news.
That's right.
We were.
The news, of course, tackling probably our most famous issue, the cost of living.
The cost
of living crisis.
If the well's ever dry, talk about the prices.
We love the cost
That
of
we did.
living.
So what were we talking about, Riley? It was the story you brought.
The headline
panel.
reads, "The MacPack spelt wrong." Love that
How do you
from our
spell
How was it
Aussie
spelled
journalist.
wrong?
There's no capital P, boys.
Oh,
okay.
Branding.
Grow up.
Do your
You're a
research.
journalist.
The
Oh,
MacPack,
you're not Perth now. Oh.
colon.
Colon.
The Mac-
Cancer.
Perth TikTok stars, already debatable. The Perth TikTok stars debate
Fact check.
McDonald's charging different prices for same items in different areas.
Dun, dun, dun.
They did it.
We're tackling the big issues,
And he got
boys.
He got a response
A response to a
from Macca's.
I know. How
He's
cool
gotten
is
to the
that?
bottom of it.
He did. I saw it. I was first alluded to it on Friday night from one of our dear followers, Alex, who got past it via another member of the pack, an
Yeah.
external member of the pack, who I'm not familiar. I think his name was Angus.
Gus.
It is
Um,
crazy because
But at that point in time, when I read the article, it was like, we have reached out to McDonald's for
for
a
comment.
quote, a comment. You do the quotes, they do the comments. And then I woke up the following morning to share said stuff. McDonald's had commented.
Ooh.
There had been an update.
McDonald knows of us.
That's
on the
crazy.
article.
We-
Ronald is talking about us
So
on
we
a
got-
Friday night.
We
The-
tickled Macca's.
The crazy thing is so that both the times we've been in Perth now, someone sent it to us.
Oh yeah, we don't just scour it.
But I wonder if
Have you ever Googled us?
How
no,
many-
but they Perth now posts so many articles.
Oh shit, yeah.
Maybe 20, 50 a day. That's a lot.
It's
If you
a
go
lot,
on their
yeah.
Facebook page, I checked the next day and had to scroll for ages. So I wonder if how many times we've been there and we just don't know. No one that we know has seen it.
We've done 210 episodes.
Because to be fair, I'm never really looking at the news.
Perth now.
No.
Yeah. So
well, when you're in it, you don't check
It's
it.
interesting.
That's the rule.
Yeah, you make it.
so we were in it.
It's
for
like
the
Hollywood actors don't go and see films; they're just in the film.
Yeah.
Not many footballers watch football; they just play
They
football.
play the game.
Oh, that's cute.
That was
The
first
Gazette.
time- That was the first time we're in.
So we've been in
Perth now.
4 times. We've done gazetting, and we did men's mental health, which was arguably the most serious thing we've done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we did
Chicken.
And-
chicken chat, which was about the price of roast chicken, which still bamboozled me.
Yeah. Then you.
Chatted to a mate of mine over the weekend.
Yeah.
Because he was like, what's the story? And then he's like, when you were in there previously? And I was like, told him about the chicken
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
He goes, do you ever get to the bottom of that? I just still don't work out how it
Lost
is that
leader. The
He just
comments
lost.
let me know.
Yeah, I got bullied
It's just
mercilessly. I've now got a tattoo on my ass that says lost leader. And then we were chatting about Kanye's bosom, and that went quite.
Wait, you were?
Yeah, mainly me. I
Yeah.
remember.
That headline was less glorious. Old pictures of Kanye West playing basketball in East Victoria Park back in spotlight as TikToker mocks him. Where did the star title
TikTok, technically
go?
podcaster.
How quickly do we get star title after that? That was only a couple of months ago. We've gone from
This journo that called us a star must be a part of the pack.
That was his name was Jonathan, I think.
Jono, we love Jono.
Yeah. love Jono.
We'll get a mug out to you, Jono.
How much do you reckon we'd have to pay him to be on retainer of
every week.
Yeah, have something like today.
Yeah,
That would be hectic.
Jake tries Coke Oreo.
Yeah.
That's in
TikTok
news.
superstars. Debate
Throws
the
up
taste
on
of Coke.
Roadcaster.
Yeah.
Sponsor. Hashtag sponsor.
It's always
TikToker
hilarious.
attends Royal Show.
Yes, I saw that was in the news as well as boys. Did you know the Perth Royal Show broke a record yesterday?
Holy shit.
They had the most amount of people ever go.
How many?
Well, I was there.
Okay,
so
how
at
many do we
least
reckon
one.
would the record be? So is this
I don't
one
know
day?
the number. I don't know the number.
Oh, well,
What?
not going to be a very fun game then, is it?
And then they
You
said
don't
A
know the
million.
They just said it
Yeah,
on
half of people.
on the news last night. They were like, Perth Royal Show breaks record with most amount of admits in one day in 10 years.
And did they not tell the number, or did you not look? Because
did-
I feel
I
like
was.
that's then followed by this many people
And
took
only-
to. Where do they do it?
Not forever,
Park or
in
something.
10
Claremont.
years. So 2014.
Forever in 10 years.
Yeah, but not as much as 2014.
2014 was
S-
massive.
swear.
Oh, was that the thumper?
That was the big one.
That was right.
But that's right, boys. I went to the Royal Show.
Did you feel like it was packed?
He come over because he come watch the Brownlow. I said, "How's the Royal Show?" He goes, "Mate,
3 votes.
I remember like it used to be way busier, right?"
Yeah, 2014, there was fucking sardines.
And then I saw an article, or you said through the article, you're like, "Hey, apparently that was the busiest one ever." I was like, "Fuck me."
that was the biggest one ever in 10 years.
Yeah.
That is nuts. But boys, I remember when I went to the Royal Show last year, and I almost got.
Molest?
No less.
Star TikToker
Gets molest. Let's go.
at busiest,
Busy.
at second busiest.
At busiest
Ever.
Royal Show in 9 years. Still can't beat 2014.
That's the main headline. Yeah, no, but I remember I went to the Royal Show last year, and I was walking through the shopping area centre, like you
Yeah.
know where they have that like the
Show
little
bags.
stalls with like the businesses
Oh, yep.
out the back.
They might sell honey or...
Yeah, they sell honey or incense or incest.
Yeah.
Whatever you're into.
There are rural people there.
yeah. Or they'll sell like coffee bags or weird tea. And
Who is the target market?
Riley's just buying one every day.
and I walked past this one stall, and they had like people in like these yellow shirts sitting face to face with a customer or a admit of Royal Show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A person.
Yeah.
An admit. They're all just a number to this record.
Admit one. Anyway, and then the guy was like, you know how they have like the big guy out the front with a sign saying, you know, get your
Yeah.
Like, this guy was like,
Honey,
get your stress-free counselling. Get your stress-free counselling here. And I was like,
people
oh.
were lining up at the
I was
door.
like, I would like stress-free counselling. I was like, what's this all
Isn't
about?
all counselling stress free?
He was like, yeah, like de-stress in this
Oh,
chat.
okay.
Find out how
Yeah,
stressed
yeah.
you are. Put it on the stress machine, like how they have in the IT crowd.
I
And
see,
it goes-
yeah.
and I was like, yeah, I'll give this a go. And then I gave it a go. And the guy like talked to me. He was like, so what's stressing you out? And me and Olivia did it, my girlfriend. We did it.
Test.
And then, yeah. He was trying to test me. He had the thing like wrapped around my arm.
What was your answer to the?
And he was just
initial
like, what's
question?
stressing you out? What are you doing right now? And I was like, I just work at uni.
Sitting in
I'm
front of you.
an admit at the moment.
And he was like, is any of that stressing you out? And I was like, nah, not really, man. And then he was like, oh, okay.
Why
and then
you
we
here?
kind of did it. And then he was like, after like 3 attempts of trying to figure out what gets me stressed, he was like, oh, no, you're not very stressed, man. Like, good to go. Catch you later. Like, that's all I can really
Too
offer you.
easy.
It's like taking a brand new car through for a service.
And then I walked off with Olivia and I was like, that was weird. And the people there were kind of like not blinking much and like looking at me for a really long time and like were really keen on getting me to like stay around the area. Anyway, I went home, did some research, and I found out that was a Scientology cult trying to get me in.
Oh,
Classic.
That's right. I went to the Perth Royal Show and almost got taken by the Scientology cult.
Scientology.
there you go. I haven't been to the Royal Show in a long time, but I don't remember ever doing that ride.
Yeah, and I haven't. I mean, at all my meetings, no one ever has brought up Royal Show.
But they weren't there this year. So they must have got banned last year.
Oh, you'd hope.
Maybe that's why everyone went this year.
And there you go.
We knew they were in the clear.
But I walked past a gentleman this year, and his opening line to me, he was one of the alcohol sellers. He's like,
What do they do? I think the last time I was there, I would have been 8. It was like cotton candy, birdie beetles, get on a Ferris wheel.
yeah,
Now
they
it
have
seems
that
like
down the other end. But
There's
it's just
also like the agriculture bit, and
they have mattresses. They sell mattresses there.
they sell mattresses.
Yeah, there was like 8
Imagine
mattresses
rocking up.
later.
Imagine rocking up in your Mazda, and then where are you putting the mattress?
It's crazy. Anyway, but I walked past this guy who was selling like weird like DIY wine, and his opening line to me.
DIY wine. He's just out in the back stepping on grapes.
Yeah.
And do you know how like you walk past them, and if you make eye contact with them, they say something to you like
Yep,
to get you
yep,
in. We made eye contact, and he said, "Are you old enough to drink?"
Fair enough.
I laughed in his face and just kept walking. I was like, "What a weird opening line you could say to a 16-year-old." Are you old enough to drink?
Maybe he has to.
Yeah, but it's so weird.
Do you have government issue ID?
Yeah, literally. Anyway, Royal Show's a fun place, but you got to stay.
Yeah,
So
you-
keep your-
there is some
keep your
definitely some
wits.
odd things.
Keep your wits about ya.
Was there a Scientology show bag? Little Tom Cruise bobblehead.
Where do I sign? Alrighty, boys. Arguably my favourite day of the year coming up tomorrow.
Yes,
Huge.
the last Saturday in September.
Yes. It is the first time in the last 3 years. So I've been to the last 3 grand finals. This is the first one in 4 years that I haven't been to one.
Yeah, shit. So the first one you went to was
The Perth
Geelong.
one, the COVID. No.
Oh, yeah, that was
went
2
to the
years ago.
Perth
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
The
Perth-
Demons versus the Doggies.
Yeah, that was a great fixture. One of the best grand finals I've probably seen. The scoreline didn't do it justice.
No.
But there was a real moment. There was moments throughout the game, especially in the third quarter, where it was just like it was so hot. Then, as mentioned, probably at the time, Mum and I went to the Sydney Geelong one,
Nice.
which turned out to be good for
Which
about
was-
12 minutes, and then it got pretty hairy pretty quickly.
Yep.
Geelong ran away with it.
So that was 2021, 2022. Is that right?
Yeah, and then 2023, the Pies.
Hell yeah.
Pies Brisbane. By far the
Fantastic.
best I've been to.
yeah, elite.
Sensational game. I think even if I wasn't a Collingwood fan, I think when you're watching a game that's decided, a grand final that's decided by 4 points,
It's going to be a good one.
it's going to be good regardless. And I personally think we're set for something very similar this weekend.
Yeah, because I feel like the start of the finals were a few blowouts, but then last week, some nice close games to bring it in.
Yeah.
Well, that's right. Sydney came back against GWS and won their first elimination or qualifying.
Yeah.
And then Brisbane came back against GWS to
Mhm.
knock GWS out by 45 points. And then Brisbane came back against the Cats by 25 points. Anything is possible. These teams are the kings of comebacks.
Yeah, exactly right.
Don't count anyone out.
I think that's the most exciting thing come Saturday is that literally 10 goals would probably be the only amount that I'd feel comfortable
Yeah.
being ahead by.
Well,
If you're ahead by 46 points and you're Sydney, I'd be looking in that rearview mirror. Like, there's a fair sniff that Brisbane are coming because that's what they've been able to do.
I was
all
going
year.
to ask, do you think, just now, the team that's down at third quarter time,
We'll lose.
do you think they'll win?
I think it'll be so to and fro that like it doesn't
It's
really
not-
matter.
Yeah, so
It's not
three
gonna
quarter
be-
time will come and there won't be like,
I don't think they're going to be up, and this will be so funny because so many people will listen to this on Friday, and then basically everyone else will listen to it after the
Yeah.
event. You know what I mean?
100%.
So I love listening back to shit like this, and it's like, well, they were just
prediction stuff, yeah.
Jesus, guys.
But I do firmly believe that, like, yeah, it doesn't matter who's up at any quarter. I think it'll be close enough that it'll be just ebbs. Similar to what happened with Brisbane Geelong.
Teeter totter.
Yeah,
Like, it was just very much just a close game, close game, close game. Geelong, if they had a won, they had some fantastic moments. That Tom Stewart chase down tackle
yeah.
Oh,
so
could have
good.
won on the game. Like, that was nearly the moment we were going to watch for the end of
Yeah,
time.
and also Ollie Henry's 2 goals.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Super clutch.
Yeah.
Just ice in the
Almost
veins. And
smothered
then
off the boot.
they lost, so no one will ever. This is
No.
probably the last time anyone will ever mention it.
Oh, no. Yeah, maybe.
Ollie will talk about it
yeah, I do.
in therapy.
But it does beg the question. We are, or incredibly excitingly, we are going to be hosting a grand final radio show, a themed show
Hell
on Saturday
yes.
at Radio Freo. We're going to kick things off as we do each and every week at 8 a.m. It's going to be a very AFL grand final themed show. A lot of Aussie music.
Aussie bangers.
And a lot of old school stuff. Like basically, if you think about the footy and you think about an AFL soundtrack, it's going to be coming to you from 8 o'clock. So
That's right. Katy Perry only.
If you are listening to this ahead of Saturday, make sure to tune in. And if you missed out, you can catch the restream on Spotify. But it does beg the question. We do this each and every year. I don't think we did it last year because we were both over there.
Yeah, we couldn't have done it because we didn't
know if we were going to be.
Yeah, we didn't know what the teams were going to be.
So every other year we've done like a prediction, but this time last year we were in Melbourne,
excited.
and we had forward sold the hoping factor.
Yeah, we had done 6 months worth of podcast.
And I think you guys could have guessed who we were predicting anyway.
Exactly right. So we normally do winner / and margin.
Which, not to humble brag, but I got exactly right last year.
You did.
Joey,
And
pies by 4.
last year, and you can do this with like most betting agencies, you can go on and pick an exact margin.
Yes, you
And
can.
I did exactly
as long
that.
As you do it responsibly.
I had
chances are.
everyone in our family chat, so all the girlfriends and all of our blood relatives jumped in, and I just said, give us your exact margin for who's going to get up. And I put, I think it was like $5 on each or whatever it was. And Joey just poured through with like, because it's like paying like $60. It was like 55.
It's pretty
55,
insane
$60
to get it right.
But so many of us, and it was hilarious because I had no awareness of it at the time because that's the last thing you're thinking about.
Yeah. You just
oh,
put
who
them
came
on,
close?
yeah.
Like it happened hours after the event. I was like, oh, Joe, by the way, you got it on the tip.
Yeah.
And here's $200 in my account just out of nowhere.
You're welcome.
So but it was funny last year because then on reflection, looking back, I think we had pies by 1, pies by 3, pies by 4, pies by 7. And I'm like, if it was
it was close enough that one of them was going to be right.
Yeah.
Because we're doing that. You don't want to be like, oh, I think it's going to be Brisbane by 17. It just feels too random. Where if it's like, oh, Brisbane by 3, 4, it's like.
I disagree with that. I think that's the exact same. I think that's the exact same situation, isn't it?
No, I think if
We're both just trying to peg one number.
Yeah, but I think picking
Like he's trying to make it sound like 17 is way more unlikely than 4.
I think picking like under 10 is a bit more. Like if I just said 27.
But I reckon historically, if you look at grand finals, if you said 56, you're more likely to get it than you are to say 3. They're very rarely close.
All right, maybe I will go 56.
I know what you mean. And like when you get really close with numbers, it's like.
Gets a bit flirty. Like the difference between 3 and 4 doesn't matter.
Yeah.
When you're doing an exacta. Like in the actual game.
Yeah.
Like if Brisbane had a rush to point and they go up by 5.
Yeah, I knew
we're like,
I knew they would.
We're like, who cares? But it would have changed the bank balance.
Yeah, exactly. It would have ruined the week.
So we're going to do exactly that. We're going to do first goal scorer. We're going to do who wins the game and how much by. And we're also going to do our Norm Smith medalist.
That's huge. Joey, you kick us off, mate.
First goal scorer, I'm going to go Tommy Paps.
The smear.
That's right. One of the first times I've not picked Chad for something.
That's
I'm
true.
Going with the Pap.
I like it.
He's got fire. He's got energy. He's got Paps.
Got a bit of zest about him.
He's that guy, boys. It's rude not to say Cam Rayner for the first goal.
I like this.
I reckon the Brizzy boys are going to come out firing. Swans, they're top of the ladder.
Oh, yeah, but it doesn't really matter. Like you're making it sound like
the Lions are the underdogs in the fight. I reckon
The
they're going
Lions.
to come out punching, and Cam Rayner's going to slot one. Just kick us off.
I was gonna go Papley.
You can still do it.
You know what? I wrote down Papley, but when Joe said that, I changed my vote.
So we all thought Papley.
Can I change mine again? I'm going to change mine again. I like this Kai Loman guy.
Kai Loman is
He shut the
elite.
bed
He was
late in the last.
What is up
game,
with that
mate.
guy's hair?
He shut the
Kai
bed.
Loman.
Johnny the
Yeah,
Doc Docker, huh?
Yeah. What a brat style. I reckon Fagan could slide.
I'm going to go Kai Loman.
So you've changed your mind immediately.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Kai Lyman.
Joe's gone the smear.
Yeah.
I like the smear because he's going to bring a bit.
Oh, yeah. He'll
But
let
it's
everyone know
usually
about it.
usually someone you're not really expecting. I'm going to go Zach Bailey. I reckon Zach Bailey kicks the first.
Yeah. Who kicked the first last year?
Nick
Was it?
Dacos. Got caught high directly
Yeah,
in
that's
front.
right.
Yeah.
A gimme.
But it all could. I'm just going to put it out there. Zorko a sniff.
Oh, yeah. Zorko's got aura.
But I'll go Zach Bailey. It's gonna be
Zorko
my
and
game.
Papley have similar aura. I'd like to see them in a fisticuff.
I think it'll happen. I don't think it's a matter of if more when.
I reckon least likely, Hipwood.
The hip.
He's not well, that man. He's just not all there.
Gotta say, him falling over. I don't know why I don't know. I just have a thing about not really being the biggest fan of him, but watching him fall over was just the.
It was like slow motion.
It
It was like someone tried to take a fadeaway kick.
It was like
And he
Charlie Brown and
Yeah.
Lucy pulling the
Pulled
ball back.
out.
So he was
Except
just
he was holding
standing
it.
there.
He was holding the fucking
It's his
thing.
job.
There are players like that where you're like, my God, thank God footy exists. Because, like, what would you be doing if you weren't out there
100%.
just catching flies with your tongue? Like, honestly.
Jeez, your shoulder's wet. Joey, you're up.
That's fine. Play on. Who wins, Joey? Who have you got winning the grand final and how much by?
Swans by 17.
Oh, jeez.
Ooh, you reckon they're going to
So now you've gone 17 after saying 17
I
was
was
a shit.
convinced otherwise.
You're an
I reckon
idiot.
it's going to be an absolute nail-biting affair. It's the two redeemed teams. It's the team that lost in 2022 and the team that lost in 2023. The Swans are going to win by 1.
One.
That's right, boys.
Oh, but wait, can I tell you? Mine's 17, but it goes to extra time.
Oh, if it goes the extra time, I will bloody get.
I would love
Going.
it to go overtime.
Because this year there was quite a few
There was.
draws
Oh, so
and
close.
so many close games, but it's just so hard for it to be a draw because like you need to draw. I feel like it can only be a draw if like the last kick is what draws it,
Pretty well.
because otherwise you can just bomb it. Like it's so
Do it.
hard for it to be a draw
Because you can just
and
get,
someone not
get a
score.
point. With 60 seconds left, you can get a point. You just bomb it.
Yeah,
So you just said, so you mean like
the
time
drawing
expires.
moment is the last thing.
Because if you take that out of context, what Joe said is the only way it could be a draw is if someone scores a point. And you're like, well, that's sort of how it works.
No, I mean,
Like, isn't that
I mean, like that's basically the last thing that happens.
like a behind, not a goal?
He
It
just
could
means
be
like
either.
kick after the siren to
I just
draw it
mean
up.
it's not like it's drawn
Like,
and
there's
then
no
they play for
playing
another
time.
45 seconds.
Joe's come out here and gone, you know what? It's not going to be a 0-0 draw. It's going to take someone
Can
to
you
at least.
imagine though?
Someone is going to
That'd be
score
massive.
at some point during the game.
cool would it
And
be?
the only way it's going to draw is if
If they
someone
both
else
do
does
it,
as
yeah.
well.
I'm going a 1-1 draw.
So what are you locking in?
Sydney-
17, but overtime.
Overtime, Sydney.
Oh, his predictions.
You reckon
are
they're going to
just-
blow out in the 5-minute overtime? By 3 goals. You reckon they're
10,
gonna
is
get
it 10
3?
minutes?
I thought it was 5
I
each
think it's a
side.
tenner.
15.
5 each side?
Oh, not 15, yeah.
It's definitely on 15.
That's soccer.
I think it's 5 each side.
That doesn't seem like long enough.
Then they go 5 and 5.
You might be
Maybe.
right. We should probably look into this.
Punt road end and
yeah, because
the
we're going
other
to need you
end.
because it's about to happen tomorrow.
City end.
I am going Swans by 7. So it does appear like all three of us are backing the Swans.
Yeah.
I do find it interesting that, like, if you look back less than 2 weeks ago, GWS are playing against Brisbane. GWS are practically in the prelim. They lead by 44 points, I believe it was at the
Oh,
time.
yeah, it was over. I almost left.
Imagine, I was that hammered at the pub. I stopped watching and I was like, yeah, well, that shit's fucking done, and just moved on. And then it took a few of the boys after a while to be like, hey, by the way, the game's still on, and it's pretty close all of a sudden.
Yeah.
But I think, like, a good mate of mine said on the weekend, how much were Brisbane paying to win the flag when they were down by 44 points in a semi against
I wonder
GWS?
if anyone got off.
Like, it would have,
Got
pardon?
Yeah.
It would have been like $300. Like,
Yeah, it is insane. Because at that point, I also sort of stopped watching for a couple minutes, and then I look up and it's like,
Shit the bed.
what? Is that right?
They're back
It's a
on.
draw.
I feel like players on their team sort of gave up.
Yeah, because it was real ebb and flow in the third quarter still. Like they didn't make the comeback too late.
It is insane. Especially, I can't imagine being up by that much. And you're like, we got the final next week. Let's go.
And GWS, having done it the week before as well, like
Oh, yeah.
against Sydney, they
lock
led
it
the
down.
whole game and they just couldn't hold on to the very end. And then to have exactly the same thing happen again the following week.
yeah.
They've had a rough run, haven't they? Lost by a point last year as well to us in the prelim.
Yeah.
They shit the bed late.
Yeah, they
don't
do.
Yeah, they just need
Shit
the
the
clutch.
bed.
losing a final.
They'll
Clutch
they
operator.
fritz on the scared.
So we're all going Swans. We've got our goal scorers locked in. Now it is
Yeah.
time for
the Norm Smith.
Smith.
Okay, let's all say who we think on 3.
Oh,
No, 1, 2, 3.
Chad Warner.
Chad Warner. I thought I just said the first name. Yeah.
Should we get it again clean?
I think it would be Chad.
Yeah,
I reckon
think
the
it's
only
gonna be
person who
Chad.
could steal it from him is Heaney.
I also think if Brisbane get up, Riley's man Kai Lohman. I think there's a small omen in Kyle Omen.
I think
That's
also because
huge.
he does have such a distinct look, you really like notice him when he does.
And
stuff.
he's just an electric operator.
What about
he
the hang he took?
He kicked 1 goal 3 on the weekend. Only had like maybe 14 touches. If someone told me he had 40 and kicked 6, I would have believed you. He was everywhere.
Yeah.
And he just looks
because his hair. You
good.
just see it.
He just runs into packs at 120 k's an hour.
That's huge.
And he's got a cool name.
He's just a cool dude.
But you can't underrate Calamache, the defender who kicked 2 goals in the 4th quarter last week, boys.
Archer, yeah, he is good.
He was massive.
Zorko's also a sniff. I reckon Rayner could take a hang, kick a couple of goals when it matters. But I am locking in Chad. Isaac Heaney's also a really dangerous operator. But I think Chad
is superstar. Yeah.
grand finals are very rarely, the Norm Smith medal is very rarely decided on someone who has like 32 disposals, right? So if you look at last year, like Nick Dacos played a sensational game.
Yeah.
Bobby Hill
Bobby had
kicked
the
4
moments.
goals. Yeah, he had the moments. He kicked 4 goals in the first half. And if you told me that he sat on the bench for the rest of the game, I'd probably believe you because he didn't really do much outside of that.
Went missing when we needed him.
yeah.
But like he did all the specky stuff.
And
He
he
took
took that
arguably mark of the year.
In the
Was
sun.
kicking goals for fun in the first quarter. I just think that's all you need to do in a grand
Yeah.
final to be dominant. And
Chad
Chad,
win the game.
how frequently do you see Chad get the ball and then take a fucking bounce and then just like shake someone, look in the rearview mirror, take the piss? He'll do something that'll just be
Yeah.
like highlight material,
Because
and that's all we'll remember from the game.
That's it.
And then he'll walk off with the medal.
even their last game, he didn't have like a massive game, but his 2 goals were just insanely cool to
Yeah.
watch.
And he's
like,
He kicks them when they matter as well.
yeah,
Like kicks them late.
and from 60.
yeah,
like,
he so far
just
out.
does it off a step. He's like putting it into the crowd.
Run in
You're
a
like,
bit.
"Man, you're in the square." But my favorite thing that he does, like he bounces the ball like a basketball. He doesn't bounce it so it
Yeah,
comes
yeah,
up.
yeah.
He bounces it so it's
And
flat.
who can we thank for that? Frank. Mack.
Yeah.
Chad Warner used to train with us when we played basketball down at Willow Basketball. Don't never forget it, Chad. Remember where you came from, brother.
He's such a star. I love him so much. I think.
Best.
I hope he has a fantastic game. I was gonna say something else, but I've completely forgotten. Sydney for me, Chad for the medal.
Let's
Love
go.
him.
Let's
You'd-
do this.
you'd
Up the
love-
Swans. Up the
you'd love
Bloods.
to see it.
None of that would happen.
Righty boys, it's been a hot minute since we've done this, but we've got some very exciting, a double doser of one of the most experimental segments we do here on the podcast. It's called Jake Tries.
This is Jake Tries. Not in his life has he ever had this food. All the world will stop to watch Jake try.
Very exciting, as I mentioned, double doser of Jake Tries today, which is a first. Oh, not necessarily. We've done a few where we've had a few different items.
Yeah, the Kit Kats.
The Kit Kats. There was more different flavors. These are 2 vastly different items.
Yeah, true. But it's apparently the same flavors.
It's a mix match. It's like they're putting each other's clothes on. Joe, what have we got today on Jake Tries?
We have Oreo flavored Coke.
Correct. So the biscuit tastes like Coke.
No, that's Coke flavored Oreo.
We're taste testing
I'm already confused.
Oreo flavored Coke and Coke flavored
Oreo.
Oreos.
Yeah, so a drink that tastes like Oreos
And a Coke
and an
an Oreo,
an
that,
Oreo
tastes
that tastes like Coke.
And I said Coke.
And I said Oreo. It's one of the most interesting collabs I have ever seen in my life.
It's the craziest collab that's ever happened. That's right. We've got a Coca-Cola. That's right. The big red drink that everyone likes.
It's black. It's black, and Jake's run off.
Jake forgot that he needs the mic. Yeah, that's right.
Right.
It's also 0 sugar, which is quite an interesting little
Yeah, it's also when you look at the ingredients, I was expecting one of the ingredients
to be.
to just be Oreo, but it's not.
Well, it's absinthe.
Yeah, it's absent.
No. So we got carbonated water, we got colour, food acids. I love when they just put fucking numbers on 338 and 35.
That's when you know it's good for you.
Then there's a thing just called.
periodic table.
So it goes carbonated water, colour, food acids, flavour,
Notch.
sweetener, preservatives, sodium chloride, and caffeine. Do you put that in the pool? Sodium chloride? Is that?
Sodium chloride is salt.
Can we just take a moment to realise there's a QR code on the side here that says scan here to enter bestie mode.
To what?
Enter bestie
To
mode.
bestie
Ah.
mode.
That's
'Cause
right.
Coke and Oreo are besties.
Oh.
Even though I can imagine this may be the first time anyone's ever had both.
I'm just gonna guess
Yeah.
that this is gonna taste like vanilla Coke.
If I was to do a cola for Oreo, it'd be like milk. It wouldn't be Coke. Do you know what I mean?
That's why they did it. We're talking about it.
Yeah.
We are.
Let's see if it's positive.
Let's have a quick sniff test. Quick sniff test. You got the can there, Junior Boy.
It's a limited time
Very-
only as well.
For those playing along, we could have done a Jake tries around Oreos because I don't think I've actually ever had an Oreo.
Can we just take
That
a
can't be
moment
true.
to sniff it? Because it smells like Oreo.
Smells like Oreo.
Does it
Smells
not?
I
very
think it smells.
sweet.
I think it smells like vanilla Coke.
No, smell it again. That
It smells,
like
yeah,
fucking Oreo.
it smells like Oreo.
That's nuts.
Why are you like?
Sniff that.
Surely that's
that
meeting-
smells like Oreo.
Surely that's meeting expectation. It smells to me like vanilla Coke.
No, I mean I eat a lot of Oreo.
All right, we're gonna try.
5,
Yeah.
4,
Oreo flavored
3,
Coke.
2. They've done well. That does taste like Oreo. It's not good, but it tastes like Oreo. That is nuts.
To me, vanilla Coke.
Nah, bruh. That actually tastes like Oreo.
Yeah,
I'm
it
so
does, yeah.
surprised that tastes like Oreo. It's like they've blended up Oreo so thin that you can't even
Yeah, but
Feel the
Oreo's not in
texture.
the
Is
Is that
ingredient
maybe
list.
that's flavor?
see. It says at the bottom here, fizzy cookie flavor. It is what it says on the tin.
It's really nice. I like it.
I would drink this. I think maybe.
I don't know if you. Nah, it's a bit too.
I really like it. It's artificial as fuck.
It's too, yeah.
It
But that's
reminds me-
what Coke. That's what Coke vanilla tastes like. Vanilla Coke.
Nah.
Nah, it's. I don't know because I'm going from the mug. I get like a big nose for it before I sip.
It's like yeah. I get
Yeah,
it.
but we didn't put anything in the mug before it.
Zero protein though, so I won't be drinking it because it won't help with gains.
Okay,
Right now,
But
we
it's
I'm
one
very
down.
surprised. This is a good one. It's a good egg. And now we get to taste the Bicky variety. So they're right. The Coca-Cola does taste like Oreo.
It still also tastes like Coke.
Yeah.
But
But
didn't lose the Coke.
will the Bicky taste like Coke?
Oh wow, this is pretty hectic.
You reckon
Not
that-
gonna lie, this is
It's a
pretty,
good Jake
this is
tries.
pretty hectic.
Oh, I'm excited.
So
There's
do
a
you
real
think-
wafter
okay,
coming off the pack.
Oh, I've
you
just
think-
farted as well, so keep
Do
that in
you
mind.
think only the cream will taste like Coke,
Careful.
or the whole thing will taste like?
Give an
Coke?
answer, and then I'll let you have a whiff.
No, it'll be mainly the Bicky, I reckon.
Because what it
Ah.
what
'Cause
it
it's
smells
brown.
like to me, I've got
No, but
so-
isn't the cream brown on it?
But the cream doesn't taste like the cream tastes like cream.
Cream is.
No, but they do like the mint or the chocolate ones where they change the cream.
That's a good point.
So I thought the
They
cream
changed
would
the
be
colour.
chocolate.
How are they going to keep it white? White.
Cream's white.
Cream's white.
Oh,
Cream's
so they
white,
have
guys.
just changed
Now,
the biscuit.
what I would like you to do, I've got something in mind that I think this smells like. I want you guys to
Is
have
it Coke?
take a big whiff and then let me know what your thoughts
Okay.
are. I think Joe's more likely to have the same idea as me.
You
that-
don't have to put your nose on it,
yeah,
Joey.
you don't have
We
to
can
put
all-
it in your nose. You just had to smell the pack.
It
you
definitely
weird cunt.
smells
What the
familiar.
Have a sniff of that.
Can I go
That'll,
again?
that'll do. What's happening? I would like
No.
to eat it. Can we do it from a bit more of a distance, Joe?
I need to do a line. I need to do a line of it. Can we crush it up? Can we crush it up?
Kind of like a ginger nut.
Yeah.
Oh, it is a bit. It's different to what it did when I opened it. I'm not gonna lie.
It's like, you know when when we used to dip those cookies in
Yeah,
Mum's tea at Nan's?
Initially, I thought it smelled like Hubba Bubba cola flavor.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, and I was like, well, I'm not that impressed.
The hubba.
I
Are we
think
going
it's-
one
Hubba,
each?
hubba.
Smelled like a ginger nut.
Yeah, we're going one each. Or should we go an 8 each?
Well, are we going to do the twist and lick?
This smells like Coke. This is legit like...
Yeah, it is.
You know like Coke lollipops?
Yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah, which is exactly
That's
what I
probably
was saying. That's the Hubba
They
Bubba.
probably
It's cola
used-
flavored Hubba Bubba.
They must use the same ingredients.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it does taste like, it does smell like the Hubba Bubba.
Yeah.
Are we going to lift Twick and Twisted?
Oh, and they've got the Coca-Cola logo on the cookie.
Oh, they do too.
That's
Bravo.
such a nice touch.
There
Oh,
you
look at
go.
that
So it's
one.
Oreo one side and Coca-Cola
Okay.
can the other.
That's so cool. That's
There you
What,
go.
do you know what I hope they do at the grand final this week? Heads or
These.
tails? Fuck that off. All right, you going Oreo or
Oreo.
Coke?
That's
Imagine
weird.
Razor Ray walking out there just with one Oreo.
Oh, this is interesting. I twisted it and there were pink dots on my cream.
Don't ever say that again.
I've got pink dots as well,
What's
which
that
makes me
mean?
think it's like syrup infused. Like, like post-mixed syrup?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking we're getting here.
I'm excited. I think it's time. We give it a red hot.
Oh, yeah,
It's
ooh.
either mold.
Wait, when did you buy these?
Oh, 3 years ago.
All right, give it a crack. 3, 2, 1.
I need to actually eat this to taste it. You can't like.
Can't fake it. I have had Oreo before.
Look.
Eating the biscuit, for me, it was just tasted like Oreo, but then the after.
The aftertaste.
How does aftertaste work? How do you make food? It doesn't. It tastes like this only when you're not eating it. How does that work?
That's a good point.
Why don't they all try and get a really good aftertaste?
There's nothing like the food.
That's so weird.
Look. It tastes so much like Coke.
Yeah,
Like it's
too
fucking.
much.
It's like Coke. It's a Coke biscuit.
It's just a-
That's sort of what they asked.
For me,
That
it was a
was the
bit.
method.
For me, the cookie was a bit gross.
Like I wouldn't eat it.
I couldn't have more than the bite.
Like it's a novelty. You eat it because you're like, I wonder if this if it tastes like it.
The Coke I would buy and drink for like as a leisure activity. The cookie I would not purchase.
Cookie's not good. Nah.
What about you?
I wouldn't buy either. Other than
You didn't like that.
for the fun of it. No, just to have with the boys on a Monday night.
It
No,
tastes.
I don't like either. Actually, they're just too. It's too much.
Yeah, but you can't say that they're not accurate. Like, I've tasted
Oh,
like
they're accurate.
But that's
like-
not always a good thing.
yeah, but like those Kit Kats that Joe
Like
bought.
asbestos whiz fizz could be accurate, but I don't reckon you want to try it.
the Kit Kats that Joe brought on
Like
the
we can
show.
all sit back and be like, "Wow, they got it,"
Yeah.
and then look around and go, "But now we've got it."
yeah.
And by it we mean not it.
Asbestos.
Yeah.
But yeah, when Joe brought the Kit Kats on the show, they didn't taste like
The things. Yeah.
these are very accurate.
Yeah.
Bravo Coke, bravo Oreo. Don't buy them for leisure.
No, I think I disagree. The Oreo Coke, if you're getting Oreo in a can, I rate it. If you want Coke, maybe don't put it in biscuit form. That's what I'd be
No.
saying. But it does,
was
to
good.
me, the Coke's very vanilla Cokey. But I think aren't Oreos meant to be like vanilla? Is that their
I mean,
Coke?
the cream
white,
bit,
yeah,
yeah.
the cream. Yeah, head down to your local Woolies and give it a taste
definitely
yourself.
give it a try.
Let's quickly give it a rating out of 10 for each. For the Coke, Riley, give us a rating out of 10. For the can of drink,
Oh,
Rating
as an
out of 10.
actual drink, like for good measure, 4 out of
Wow.
10.
Yeah, I was
Like, it's
gonna
not
say.
a good drink.
I was gonna say
pour
3.
me some more.
Like compared to like my favorite beer or like the best ever lemonade I've had. Like,
So what else would you say is a 4? Put that into perspective for me.
oh,
Because like I reckon I could lick paint and call it a 4. You know what I mean?
like a 10 is water,
Yeah.
a 9 is blue Powerade. A Coke
It's
is
not
4.
bad. I reckon that's like a 7, 8.
That's insane.
But what
Have
did
we
you
got
I
get?
would stock that in my fridge.
Is this the first one that he's liked?
I think it might be.
He kind of liked crumpets, didn't you?
Yeah, I've never had one since.
yeah.
This
mean,
I would buy again.
This will be the test. Will he keep it in fridge?
yeah.
Rating out of 10, Joey. Sorry.
The drink 3.
Wow, so
It
hard.
was gross.
What about the Bicky?
Oh, that was fucking horrible. Like 1.
Yeah, Bicky.
They were both accuracy 10.
Yeah.
Accuracy 10,
So,
taste nil.
What about you?
Yeah, biscuit.
You scoff the biscuit.
Like I love
and then-
Oreos, and I had one bite and I couldn't.
I'd feel
go
sick,
on.
like 4.
Yeah, but you don't like the Coke. That's the whole.
I like Coke.
Okay.
like I'd go like a 4 again.
Wow.
But like a regular
What would you give
Oreo
the
would be
biscuit?
like an 8.
Oh, I don't like Oreos, but I don't like the drink that either. That wasn't good. 3,
Biscuit.
but 3 or 4.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, the biscuits don't buy them. The drink, try it out. So we've got a bunch of you. Just swing past if you
This
need
will be
it.
the last. So, yeah.
Alrighty, boys. A little bit of news come across my desk this week. As we near close to the 12-month anniversary of Matthew Perry, who played Chandler's, who passed away a year ago.
Yeah, yeah.
And a lot of
sad.
news has come out very recently as we come up on that 1-year anniversary about his on-screen duo, king, brother, roommate,
Friend.
LeBlanc.
LeBlanc, Matt LeBlanc, and his current status on how he's going probably mentally And just in regards to like societal life,
Yep.
apparently there are a few little concerns at the moment from his friends and fellow co-stars like Schwimmer and the rest, who have apparently, none of them seem to have come out and said anything, but there's speculation that they are quite concerned about his health. Because since the incident, as you could imagine, they were quite close. LeBlanc and Perry were quite close. He was obviously very shaken up about the whole situation, and he's apparently withdrawn from a lot of social interactions and just seems to have withdrawn from a lot of things that he was previously interested in. His social chatter amongst the staff and his friends outside of the crew seem to have dwindled or at least decreased to the point where they're bi-monthly, meaning once every 2 months.
Every 2 months.
That's
not
where previously they were a lot more.
They were bi-monthly. Meaning
They were
twice a month.
They were a lot more. We will never work out what bi-monthly means. Will we?
It means both.
But yes, by all reports, he seems to have.
By all months.
He seems to have become a little bit of a shell of himself, which has a lot of people quite concerned about his health, how he's dealing with the loss 12 months on. And everyone's just sort of raising a bit of a flag, being like, hey, just keep eyes out.
Everyone's just like, how are you doing?
Essentially, yeah. Which I thought was interesting. Like the article I've obviously seen over the journey, but there are big places over in America that seem to be reporting on it, like on a national news spectrum. They're not like over here.
Perth now.
Yeah. We talk about things that are really going on, like Macca's prices.
Yeah. I paid 15 extra cents for a Big Mac, and I've got an issue.
So it's quite literally made like news over there, like TV news over there.
It is crazy. Like, imagine if you were like that famous, where like you just sort of chilling out, taking it easy.
Everyone be like,
for a couple of months. It's
where's
like,
the Blanc?
Is this guy okay?
Why is the Blanc?
It's a lot of pressure
not on TV ATM.
And with the increased amount of probably speculation and attention that he's received over the last couple of weeks in particular about his decreasing need and desire to be in the front of the public eye, people have taken to his Instagram account to check on like how frequently he's sharing stuff, and like people who follow him are like, yeah, he hasn't shared anything ever since. So that's where we're at. So previously he used to share stuff every now and then. So this is 2000.
He hasn't shared since
So this is 2021. These clips, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 22.
This is good. This is a good podcast.
Yeah.
23. And then the last thing that he shared was the 15th of November is the catalogue of photos with him and Matthew Perry.
Yeah, right. I think
And he hasn't shared anything since.
Well, that's the thing. You can't expect a man whose best stage friend of 20 years, a close colleague, who's lived in the limelight with you for 20 years, to take his own life or suspectedly be
He passed away.
murdered. Or whatever.
Strong terminology. Throw in an alleged, please, at some point. Yeah,
Allegedly
good.
murdered. You can't expect a man to be up and about for at least a year, for at least however long he needs.
I think also like, I feel like when something massive like that happens, it really makes you like, I doubt he's really thinking about the gram, you know?
I doubt he's
And
even
even
checking the
it does,
gram.
yeah. I also maybe like, because a lot of stuff he was posting was kind of like looking back on friend stuff.
And it would be
his
tough to
career,
do.
and every time he thinks about, this stuff, you know, I feel like it would be rough.
Because you can't be a star of a national television that went worldwide for 10 years running and not think about it every day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
after that.
that's
like
true,
that's a
yeah.
major life thing. It sent you from zero to hero in Hollywood. You're never going a day without thinking about
Think
that.
about friends.
And when that comes up, you're obviously going to think about your best mate who's
So
no
you
longer
are
with us.
thinking about your best mate who passed away.
So it's obviously
every
a
single
sad
day.
little situation that we're in at the moment. It's probably a sad circumstance and a sad time. But what I found probably most touching about it all, that we've slowly been building to, is that if you go on that post now and have a scroll,
Yeah, I'm scrolling.
it's just thousands of people who have commented in the last week.
Well, even this one 3 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, that is crazy. Yeah.
What are
that
they
one.
saying?
So from 3 minutes ago, he says, "Matt, whatever you're feeling, please stay strong. Entire world loves you. Don't you dare feel sad for a minute. I feel like you could feel sad. we
But
haven't. Oh, then they say we haven't met yet.
Now that guy maybe move past that. There's a lot of comments. He seemed to have picked out a weird one.
No,
The
no, it was
sentiment,
just the most recent one.
the sentiment is
that was
like
from me.
everyone seems to be heading to this single post and I don't know.
Sending love.
If like a month ago, I don't think people were posting on this very often. But now that it's in the news, everyone seems to be heading to this place. It's becoming like a Reddit thread or a single line of communication for people to leave like message of support for Matt while he is allegedly going through not a crisis, but a tougher time in his life. And I think that's quite nice. I think that is a very, very rare occasion where people are using social media for good.
Yeah,
He's obviously got a platform. He's got a way in which people can get in contact with him. Whether he's reading it or not, that doesn't really
He can.
have anything to do with how I view it. But like people were genuinely sending any amount of support and love possible, the only way or the best and most direct way that they probably can see fit.
And I think it's good because sometimes when something like that happens, there might be posts on someone's Instagram that they haven't posted in a while. They're like a famous person or whatever. They'll be like, where are you? What's going on? And then if you like, oh, actually, yeah, that guy hasn't posted, and you go on that and you see all these like weird like questions and stuff like that, it just makes like the conspiracy theories
Yeah, it's a bit hectic.
go off. But like this is actually like, it seems like people think
Everyone
about
are just sending absolute like really nice stuff. So if you do get the opportunity, if you are listening, just jump on there. Jump on, have a look, see what I'm talking about, because there was 285,000 comments. And that's on, we're recording this on Tuesday. So have a look, because by Friday, I reckon it's only ramping up. Like everyone seems to be really getting behind it. And I think it's just a very rare time where social media is being used in a positive light.
Yeah. This isn't adding much, but just like their
It's
names,
not like you.
Don't bother them.
their names, or they're sharing the name Matt, would be hard as well.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Every time you hear your name, you might think of
That's a constant reminder. Everything that you do, as you sort of mentioned, their success will be a constant reminder. The fact that he had success with his best mate, who's no longer with us, is a constant reminder. And the fact that his name is the same as his mate.
and like they probably had a similar
Constant reminder.
upbringing. The only thing that's different about them really is their last name.
Whoa.
and probably like
Everything
else.
He's
but,
also he's Italian. That's something.
but I thought it was nice. Anyway, I thought I'd bring it to the table. A nice little sentiment from social media, which it's pretty rare, even from where we're sitting. Alrighty, boys, it's time for our favourite weekly segment. It's our only weekly segment. It's time for our Everyday Hero.
Boys, do you notice anything different about me?
Yeah,
Something smells. You literally walked out of the room, you've come back,
with an odor.
and you smell like Nan. And I'm nervous for where we're heading.
Boys.
No, Nan always had nice perfume.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not like...
That wasn't a negative
Yeah.
statement.
I didn't, no.
We love Nan.
Yeah, it wasn't like Nan had hectic body odor. It was like, didn't you smell white Nan? Like, that wasn't a derogatory...
Yeah, whatever you say, buddy. Anyway, so I headed down to my good friends on Albany Highway the other day. Chemist Warehouse.
Yes. The
Chemist Warehouse.
One of the famous warehouses of Oz.
That's right, the big yellow one, the discount store where you can get everything for a little bit cheaper.
It's actually a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
Everything they do is a lot cheaper.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy, hey.
Like, why would anyone else compete?
Do you know why Chemist Warehouse is cheaper?
because of the grey market.
What is the grey market?
The grey market is they buy shit that other stores couldn't sell.
That's right.
And also sometimes like with perfumes and stuff, they like...
It goes to Myer or David Jones. They can't sell it because it's not up to standard for them.
What do you mean not up to standard?
So
Like,
say
it'll
when you ship perfume, you're meant to keep it at a specific temperature.
Oh.
Otherwise it's bad for it. Chemist
Right.
Warehouse, not so fast. It
So it's like
They
the
just
reject.
take it.
It's like the reject shop.
is
Yeah.
the reject shop.
They
It's the
take-
bargain bin of everything.
It's like...
That's right, they
if
take-
But
they
that's like
needed to get
drugs that you
something-
have to take and shit.
Yeah, it obviously is cheap, but also like if it's important, maybe
Oh, what's important? Like medication.
medicine. Yeah, I
Okay,
guess it depends.
play on.
They take it,
It is cheap though. It's very
Yeah.
cheap.
they take it, they dock the price, they sell the same product.
Okay, they water it down.
We love it.
We love it.
We love it. Anyway, so I went down there to get myself a new perfume.
Right. Did you take Nan?
Yeah.
Make me like Nan.
Smell her. I want that.
I took one of her old coats from the 90s. Anyway,
When Friends was on.
make me like LeBlanc. Anyway, so I walked in. Interesting thing. I don't know if this is just this Albany Highway Chemist Warehouse, but they had a security door.
They always have
Yeah.
security.
Yeah,
Like, you would think that
because-
this shit they've got there is valuable, but by the sounds of it,
Yeah.
it's basically already stolen from them.
No,
So
they're worried about people stealing and trying to sell it to Maya.
That's right. They had a security man on the door, and he was just this skinny little bloke.
Yep.
Don't know how
lean
else to
into
describe
it.
him.
Lean into it.
I'm not going to describe him any
Okay,
other
skinny
way.
I
fella.
don't know what other characteristics you might mention, but don't.
Skinny.
Yeah. Well, I think you can imagine.
Was
where
he
I
short? Was he short? That
He
could
was
be
my
a-
height, skinny,
How old?
35. Young enough, but old enough.
And if he had to pack lunch,
What would he bring?
what sort of food would he have brought? Just like, had a guess.
Not to type car.
No, never. No, we're just guessing.
I love
Sandwich?
curry,
Okay.
but I reckon this guy might have brought in some butter chicken or something
Okay.
like that.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Do you not like butter chicken, Joe?
You got something against butter chicken?
No, I have.
You wouldn't. So you wouldn't
I
have
have-
butter chicken
'cause
because
I'm
you're
vegetarian.
vegetarian.
Yeah.
So
See,
he
this
wasn't
guy-
vegetarian.
Yeah.
He was not giving veggie.
That's exactly what I was
energy.
getting at there.
If you look at me,
was a meat
for
eater.
example, I'm not a butter chicken fan because I don't like.
So he was a skinny, lean meat eater.
That's it.
I'm not a. Yeah, I don't like butter chicken.
That's right.
Shoot me. But I do like Italian food.
Do you like naan bread? I love a bit of naan.
I've
Fuck,
never.
it's good stuff, eh?
Is that from Vietnam?
No. It's like garlic bread, but with Indian cuisine.
Oh,
Anyway, so I walked
Do
in.
you not know what naan is?
You don't know.
I've never had naan bread.
It is very good.
It's
You would
fun.
like it.
You would froth that.
Next week, let's do it. Do they do an Oreo flavored?
no.
No,
They
they
should
do a
lean
cock
into
flavored
that.
one. Anyway, so I walked in.
Wow.
So I walked in, and the security guard was there, and I was like fully dressed in like black, and I had sunnies on. So I was,
And was hood on?
and I was in like Cannington area, so I was like, this guy probably thinks we're gonna try and drip
Yeah,
the
yeah.
players. And then I like took my
Absolutely.
sunnies off and just said, hey, how you going, man? Just to let him know.
Yeah, he was
I'm
thinking
sure.
this guy would have a Red Bull and vape for
Yeah.
lunch.
Absolutely.
that's
Yeah.
right.
This
And the
guy.
butter chicken.
This
Anyway.
guy's bought. Yeah. Okay. Fine, yeah.
So I walked in and said, g'day, mate, how you going? And then he's standing right at the perfume section, but he's in like full high-vis gear, you know, like full security.
Yeah.
He's got like the vest on and everything. Anyway, so I'm looking through the perfumes, trying to find the one I want, and the one I want's locked away. Oh, spilling, as always. They're always locked
They're
away.
always
the ones you want.
locked.
And even though it was a $30 bottle
Like what?
on sale.
What are they unlocking? Honestly.
Anyway, and then
Sometimes
so
the David Beckham.
he saw me. The security guard saw me, like
Yeah, looking at
seeing
the perfume.
the thing locked away, and I turned around and looked at him, and he was like, "Do you need assistance?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, do you have the key?" And he was like, "No, but I'll call someone for you." And I was like, "That is not the security's job, but I rate this man." And then he yelled out to the counter. He was like,
Well, like verbally, he just
"Yeah,"
shouted.
he was like, "Assistance at
"Oh wow."
assistance at customer assistance at perfume."
He
He
Like,
started that much.
he was like, "Customer assistance at perfume," and then someone got the mic and went, "Customer assistance at perfume."
Because I was gonna say,
Customer
if he's
assistant
just yelling at staff,
He's the
like
mic.
you could have done that.
And then I said, "You should have got." I said they should give you a mic. I said that to him, and then he laughed. He smiled for the first time. We connected.
Oh.
Then we made love. Anyway, and then we kind of forgot about each other. And then the chick went to unlock the thing, and she was like, "Oh, this is actually on the shelf over there."
What the fuck's it locked up? Then?
And she was like, "I was like, do you have any trial bottles?" And she was like, "Yeah, they're on the shelf over there." So it was not the not locked away section. So
What
we'll
are they
go over to the
locking
non.
it for?
Anyway,
It's like walking into a bank and they're like, "Yeah, all the money's behind here, except it's on that. You can just take
Got
it from
trial
there."
money out there.
and then there's like 7 different types of ones in the same series that I like.
Yeah.
And
This is like a Lynx, right?
it was a James Bogart, and I was looking for the silver scent variety. but they
James
have like
Bogut. Is he brother of Andrew, the
and they ha-
basketballer?
They have like a water, pure, intense version, and I was just like
Oh, yeah.
spraying them on my arm, like which one do I like? And then he was like, the security guard came over again and was like, this one is parfum.
Yeah, perform.
He was like, this one stays on longer. You get this one. And I was like, oh, huge. I was like,
How did he smell?
Like, how often do you work here that you know that
Yeah.
these are the good ones to get? He was like, I used to be a scent sales, like I used to work in scents.
So is this a promotion or a demotion? He's standing out there checking bags.
Security or scent?
And then he walked off. And he saw me spraying it on his arm, on my arm.
His arm. And he fucking grabbed me.
So then,
excuse me.
So he walked over behind like another shelf and grabbed out those like
Tester things.
little tester paper things for me and said, "Here you go." And
did
I
he
was like,
spray it
"Oh my god, this guy's come back and helped me 3 times."
And
Meanwhile, people are running
the store.
Yeah.
Hold up.
Yeah.
Perform.
The cashier's got a shotgun to her head. but you and him are sniffing each other. Just on that front bit of the palm there. You're both just trading smells.
He sprayed it and you're sniffing his neck.
He's doing one of these. He's doing one of these.
He's
And then you're
walking into
walking
it.
through it. And then you're doing one and he's walking through it. Meanwhile, Sally's getting her fucking head shot off.
Anyway, and I was like, "Oh wow."
Someone's making off with the parfum.
I was like, "Thank you so much." And he was like, "Oh, by the way, if you get this one, you get a free bottle, a free water bottle."
You get a free bottle because I'm not paying attention.
yeah. I'll blink, turn around and count to 10. Free bottle.
He was like, "You get free water bottle with that." And I was like, "Oh, cool. Like, I'm here for the perfume. Don't really want the bottle, but thanks for letting me know. Like, you're a security guard. Why are you telling me all this stuff about Chemist Warehouse? You don't even work here." He
does.
He's a subcontractor. He works on invoices, not paychecks.
Yeah.
He might have a commission.
And then I grabbed the one I wanted, which wasn't the one he recommended, but it was the one I wanted in the same brand. So
Do you feel
Oh,
bad?
so you got the
I got the one I wanted.
you got the dead toilet.
The other one smelled a bit. Anyway,
Right. As a ex-perfume artist, how did he smell? Was he like? Did he have a good? Did he have good perfume on?
I couldn't. I was too.
There was too many fragrances going
I was
around.
doused by a silver scent that I couldn't smell him anymore.
Okay.
Anyway, so I walked over to the cashier and she was barely tending to me. She just didn't even look me in the eye. Just grabbed the thing, scanned it, charged, like just threw the FPOS machine at me and was like, $30, there you go. I was like, cool, thanks. Grabbed the perfume, no receipt. And I started walking out the door and he said, wait, did you get your bottle? And I was like,
I thought he was going to say, "Did you pay for that?"
I don't even think he said,
Because where's your
Who are
receipt?
you?
I don't even think he said, did you get your bottle? He said, wait. And then he walked around the counter and then went up to the cashier chick and he
Took
said,
out a 50.
and he said he gets a bottle with those perfumes. And then she was like, oh, that's right. And then she walked over to the promo box
What
and
a
grabbed out
king.
the bottle. The bottle in hand.
Oh,
The
that's a nice
bottle.
bottle as well.
Oh, Jack Spogart's Paris.
That is sick.
I know. And
I
this
was
man
expecting,
gave it.
so I once got a shitty Chemist Warehouse bottle, like just a plastic bottle that says Chemist Warehouse.
Yeah.
I didn't really want it, but I just had it for a while and then threw it out.
This security guard was
This is
throwing it at
lovely.
me. in the
I know.
car
It's
park.
actually like manly as well. Like
And
Yeah.
it looks
it's made
like
of metal. It's got a lid.
it's got a French guy's name on it. It also says Paris.
Yeah.
What a legend!
And then I was like, this guy's just straight up security guard.
Didn't he also say that you don't get a bottle with the one that you got?
No, he did. No, he said every brand, like
Every
that
brand
brand,
gets-
like the Jackass Bocart.
gets a
gets a
bottle.
bottle.
That is a sick bottle.
I know, and he like he helped me like 7 times, and I didn't even ask him for help. He just kept
Can
coming
you
over and
imagine the
assisting.
security guard pulling you up? You're working at, like, say when we worked at
Oh,
O2 or whatever.
mate.
Someone
I
goes,
would've.
"Hey, buddy, that's gonna be in a Star Wars tin."
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I wouldn't
know.
know what to do.
Yeah, I would have told him to get fucking. Tell him where to shove the bottle.
And then he just, here's my pace.
What a mad dog! I love that. Great hero.
I know, what
That
a
was
guy.
good.
I was like, wow.
No, that was good.
So is the extra helpful Chemist Warehouse hero?
That's
Yeah,
it.
he's the warehouse wonder.
Oh,
Ooh,
we're
nice,
just trading
Joe.
blows. Do you want to get in with one of these?
No.
The sexy, smelly security guard.
That's it.
What a superstar! I loved it.
The
Yeah, it was
sexy
good. That was
sex-
actually really good.
Good
Riley's
man.
brought some good heroes lately.
Right, that's what
You
I do.
have fantastic, but he can't just make them up.
They-
They have to be thrust upon
Yeah.
him.
Diamond in the rough.
And that's what we love about this segment. And that's what we love about this everyday hero. So did the security guard who went the extra mile to look after Riley boy and to give him a smile.
Oh.
Episode 100, 210. Everyday heroes going to the Chemist Warehouse. Superstar. All right, boys, that just about brings us to the end of another episode of the MacPack podcast.
Yes,
do it.
another fantastic episode.
Oh, great show.
Um,
the Swammies.
Big weekend on the cards. We already forward sold it. But if you are listening to this on Friday, join us on Radio Freo 107.9. And if you don't have access to a radio, you can obviously listen via the website at Radio Fremantle. You'll see exactly what to do. You basically punch that in. Our little cute faces will pop up at 8 a.m.
Yep,
Tune in with us
radiofreo.com.
and rip in. Make this weekend's grand final prees
Yeah,
at 8
start
a.m.
at 8.
Yeah, make them.
Start at 8 and get on the beers.
Make it with us. We will. What we're going to do throughout, because we're going to be telling a lot of like AFL specific stories. The quiz
Will be
is
AFL.
already about AFL. So, and the music's going to be just pumping, right? It's just going to be fantastic Aussie hits. What I will guarantee is, if you listen, you will be able to then rock up at the grand final and look like an intelligent genius, because there will be that many stats and facts that we're going to dish up.
Oh, you can throw them around. You can throw names around like you've never thrown them
Absolutely.
before.
You're going to look
Zach
like
Bailey. I hadn't heard of him.
Just say Cal Archie and everyone will be like, he gets
Yeah.
it.
we're going to fill your pockets with stats, little facts that you can drop at your barbecue or wherever the bloody hell you're watching the game.
Yeah, you could predict Swans by 17
Yeah. And the
And look-
pap smear, getting a
and
pap
look
smear.
famous and future telling.
And in some very exciting news between now and when this comes out, we may have a fancy new way of people getting in contact with us. So check the socials, particularly Instagram. I'd be checking.
That's huge if true.
If this
As
is already,
always.
by the time this is out, if you haven't already checked, go through and have a little geeze for.
Yeah, it could even be on the bio.
Yes, by this point it may very well be. With a lot of heavy promises. We love an empty promise.
Yeah.
Joe has been tasked with this role,
48 hours.
and he better get it done. We've been talking about it for about 6 months now, and now we're just going to do it, apparently.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that all unfolds as well. But yeah, tune in. And we're loving everyone. If you're missing the show, like live on air, catch up on the podcast. The amount of people who are doing that at the moment is through the roof.
Right,
So
that's right.
that's
If you
good.
didn't know, we host a weekly quiz. It's a topical quiz, and the score currently stands: Jake 2,
Joe 4.
Riley 6.
So it's starting to get a bit ahead.
It's
of
pretty
quiz.
intense, guys.
And it's running until the end of the year.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
pulling
doing
away.
it. We're doing an annual quiz.
You can play along at home for
So
crying out
Riley
loud.
currently has both hands on the cup, but
Yeah,
there's
both.
still plenty of weeks left.
That's it.
So we'll see what happens between now and December.
Good luck, everyone. Make sure you gamble responsibly on the weekend.
Drink up.
Good stuff. Until we do this time next week, stay safe, stay blessed, and always remember to.
Go give your mum a hug.
It's Jeff for now. Bye not forever.